Let's talk about the best virtual mailbox services for multiple addresses. So here's a review I want you to pay attention to. So number 10, you have Alliance Virtual Offices. Our score, 8.5 over 10. So when you think about Alliance Virtual Offices, I want you to think about a provider of mailbox services for multiple addresses. So in other words, they allow you to have multiple addresses depending on the geography you want to focus on. And the cool thing is that Alliance Virtual Offices has locations in more than 40 to 50 countries. And we're talking here about the US, Canada, you have Mexico, you have Netherlands, Germany, you have France, you have South Africa, you have Australia, you have New Zealand. So in terms of flexibility, Alliance Virtual Offices gives you that flexibility. And the cool thing is that you are able to actually get a professional business address in a prime location, not only prime location in one geography, but in multiple geographies, okay? And you can receive mail and other documents at a secure private mailbox address that you can choose. So Alliance Virtual Office AVO will give you a choice to actually choose to actually to go after the one location that you want to choose for your preferred location. So you're going to have a primary locations, but also a secondary location. So this is kind of cool. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. Number 9, you have USA Tumi, our score, 8.8 over 10. So when you think about USA Tumi, think about a virtual mailbox services think about a virtual mailbox service for multiple addresses. And this service provides users with a physical shipping address that they can use to receive their mail and packages. And again, with USA Tumi, you can choose 1 or 2 or 3, even more multiple addresses. The thing is that you got to have a default address, and then you can have secondary addresses for your virtual mailbox services. This is kind of cool. And what we love about USA Tumi is that they offer multiple addresses in different states and cities in the United States, and they can receive mail and packages on behalf of customers and forward them to the addresses anywhere in the world. This is just fantastic. So in terms of flexibility and celerity and speed, that is, we love USA Tumi. This is just fantastic. So our score, 8.8 over 10. Number 8, you have Virtual Post Mail, our score, 8.9 over 10. So when we think about Virtual Post Mail, we think about a virtual mailbox service that gives you the ability to have multiple addresses. And the cool thing is that you can use any of those addresses as your online postal mailbox, and you get any packages sent to a specific address that you actually would have actually chosen as a default or as an ancillary address, okay? And Virtual Post Mail makes it easy for you to receive all kinds of stuff at your primary location or your secondary location. So you can receive goods and services there, okay? I mean, you do not have to receive goods. You can receive goods and packages there, goods and mails over there. So we love that a lot. And so they offer unlimited digital storage, and you actually have up to 60 days of a free physical mail storage. You have free smart address tags. They offer a mail scanning and archiving service, which allows you to actually have your mail scanned and archived for future reference. This is really great. So, and they also have a check deposit service, which will cost you about $10 per deposit. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about the best virtual mailbox services for multiple addresses. Number 7, you have Traveling Mailbox. Our score, 9 over 10. So the thing about Traveling Mailbox is that, again, this is a virtual mailbox service for multiple addresses. And again, here you have the choice of geography. So you can choose to have a primary address, and then you can have a secondary address, a tertiary address. So you have you can really rank the addresses where you want your mail to be delivered to. This is really good. And Traveling Mailbox has all kinds of services, including one called Scan Pack. So they basically allow you to send them a prepaid envelope. And basically, I mean, they will send you a prepaid envelope. You can fill it with all the papers that are lying around in your house, in your office, whatever. And you don't want to lose those papers. And so like we're talking about business cards, notes, and so on. And so then after you scan them, so after you return the envelope to them, they will scan everything and send it and upload it for you, all within 24 hours of receiving your envelope. And they will store the physical stuff at your preferred location. This is just fantastic. Number 6, you have Anytime Mailbox, our score, 9.1 over 10. So Anytime Mailbox is a great virtual mailbox service for multiple addresses, and they allow you to choose up to 5 addresses that you can actually have your mail directed to. This is really cool. And they offer standard features such as mail scanning, recycling and shredding, and mail and package forwarding service. This is really fantastic. And what we love about Anytime Mailbox is that they are considered one of the cheapest virtual mailbox services in the country. And they have different locations with different prices starting from $5.99 per month. It's really great. They have about 1,595 to 1,700 locations around the world. And so this gives you some kind of choice when it comes to virtual mailbox for multiple addresses. And so they offer virtual mailing addresses in most major U.S. cities and in larger cities worldwide. Fantastic. This is really great. And number 5, U.S. Global Mail. Our score, 9.3 over 10. So when you think about U.S. Global Mail, I want you to think about a provider that can really give you a virtual mailbox service for multiple addresses. And this organization can bundle letters plus 80% off shipping cost on forwarded mail. You have free check deposit services for all planes. You have unlimited external scans. So this service is great for independent professionals, digital nomads, or expats who move frequently, get a lot of low priority mail, need check deposit services, and do not require a mobile app. So this is something you need to really pay attention to. And U.S. Global Mail is among the most well-known virtual mail service providers. They offer one real address in the U.S. In 6 U.S. states. So California, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Texas, and Washington State, as well as Washington, D.C. So this is really cool. And if you live in Concord, California, or Houston, Texas, you can choose to pick up mail from the warehouse, okay? But great virtual mailbox service for multiple addresses. And the service also offers a free check deposit services for all of their planes, which is really great, again, for nomads who are frequently paid with physical checks. Fantastic. Number 4, you have EarthClass Mail. Our score, 9.5 over 10. EarthClass Mail offers many choices for you. For example, we love the fact that you have the top tier mailbox plan includes addresses in more than 80 to 90 locations in most U.S. states. You have integrations with QuickBooks, Dropbox, you have Box, Google, Xero, and Bill.com. And you have a mobile app for iOS and Android. So when we talk about a virtual mailbox service for multiple addresses, this EarthClass Mail is a great provider. Now, the only thing we don't like is that, you only have one address option. So this is in Oregon for individual planes. You have high over quota fees, and many addresses are PO boxes and cannot receive packages as they relate to your to all kinds of transactions. So this is something to really think about. But overall, a great feature of EarthClass Mail is their check stream, which can automate your check deposits to save time and improve your workflow. So after receiving the mail scanning, you can give them directions on how to deposit these checks. This is really great. We love that a lot. So think about that. And by the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about the best virtual mailbox services for multiple addresses. Number 3, you have iPostal 1. Our score, 9.6 over 10. So iPostal 1 is a great virtual mailbox service for multiple addresses. And basically, you have a lot of great things going on for iPostal 1. For example, you have a BBB, A+ accreditation rating. You have more prestigious addresses than many other services. The website includes real-time shipping process in the U.S., allowing users to choose budget-friendly shipping options. So this is really fantastic. And the thing I want to say here is that their digital mailbox service shows you all transactions in real time. You see the outside image of every mail item scanned. Then with a few clicks, you can request to open and scan the mail content, forward, shred, discard, store, or pick up. Scanned mail content is delivered as a high quality PDF to your digital mailbox. So this is really fantastic. So talking about quality, talking about scalability, talking about efficiency, iPostal One really offers all those features. This is just fantastic. Number 2, you have physical address. Our score 9.7 over 10. So if you are looking for a virtual mailbox service for multiple addresses, physical address is a great provider. You have a low cost entry point. They do support 7 days a week. They provide support 7 days a week. You have free in-person pickup and 90 days of storage. Think about it. 90 days of storage across multiple addresses. Okay, so this service is great for those who don't want to have their mail outsourced to third-party mail centers or forwarded to another location. Okay, and physical address, customers have access to a mobile app for smartphones, clear screenshots of scanned mail, and a familiar user interface for their digital mailbox that mimics commonly used emails like Google and Yahoo Mail. They also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee for all their packages. This is really fantastic. Number 1, you have post-scan mail. Our score 9.8 over 10. So post-scan mail is one of the top virtual mailbox services for multiple addresses. In our view, this is the number 1 as of now. And what we love about post-scan mail is that basically they offer mail scanning, mail and package forwarding, physical mail storage, and local pickup. So this is the diversity of offers here is impressive. And post-scan mail has an app for iOS and Android that makes managing postal mail convenient and easy. And the service boasts unlimited cloud storage for scanned mail and has physical locations available outside and inside the US. So this is kind of cool. So post-scan mail allows forwarded mail and items to be held and combined. It allows for multiple users and recipients at one address. And filters can be set to scan and archive incoming mail automatically. Okay. Now, the only thing post-scan mail lacks right now is that there is no check deposit service, and they only allow 7 days for holding packages, which can be a little problematic for some users. Okay. And please watch for fees when exceeding plan limits. You definitely do not want to be in that category because those prices add up real fast. But they are in hundreds of locations all over the US and globally. So we're talking about California, the UK, California, Florida, UK, Canada, Nevada, Texas, France, Germany, and so on and so forth. This is just fantastic. If you're still around, I want to give you a bonus, and I want to share with you 2 other virtual mailbox services for multiple addresses that we have found in our research. So you have PO Box Zone. Our score 8 over 10. So here is a great player that has that allows you to receive packages from all carriers. So DHL, UPS, USPS, FedEx, and this provider actually has great integration with Dropbox and Google for digital storage. So you can actually digitally store your mail as that mail relates to multiple addresses. You have a mobile app for iOS and Android. This is just fantastic. And the only thing is that right now, PO Box Zone is only available in 2 states. They're expanding their geographical footprint, but right now they are only in Nevada and Wyoming. And they like to have annual billing. So, just expect once a year a hefty bill. It's not really that hefty, but you know what it is. If you were charged on a monthly basis versus yearly versus annually, you'll see the difference. And there is no control over what's considered junk mail if you were to go with PO Box Zone. So this service, in our view, is best for frequent travelers and small businesses that want a simple mail forwarding solution and need a mobile app. Another provider that you might find interesting is Sasquat Mail. Our score 7.8 over 10. So when you think about Sasquat Mail, think about a mail forwarding provider with virtual addresses in Florida, Delaware, California, Idaho, Illinois, and Wyoming. So 6 states. And so you can actually have multiple addresses in those 6 states. And they offer mail scanning, forwarding, and virtual office services at multiple addresses. And so packages can be forwarded to any location with no postage deposit. They also provide free shredding and recycling. So we love that a lot. We love the flexibility here. This is really fantastic. So when you think about Sasquat Mail, think about a low cost entry point. If you need to have like fewer scans, think about unlimited recipients for your address or addresses. And you have a service that offers virtual office services for multiple addresses, including a lease for incorporating. So if you want to form a business, you can actually avail yourself of Sasquat Mail's services. Before I close to this conversation, let me quickly give you an overview here. So when we talk about a virtual mailbox service for multiple addresses, you need to understand that it's all about flexibility. First of all, if you are looking for a virtual mailbox service, it's just because you want convenience. Now, if you want multiple addresses, it's just because you want extra convenience. Because see, the thing is that you may want to direct certain mail to certain locations and other mail to other locations. If you want to dissect, if you want to categorize your mail delivery service, then you really want to consider multiple addresses, especially if you want to really deal with a provider that has multiple addresses too, because some providers are kind of limited in the number of states they are in. So you do not want to actually be with a provider that's only in 2 states and ask that provider to give you multiple addresses. You could, but it wouldn't make sense. So you want to have flexibility. You want to retain that geographical flexibility here. Remember that when we talk about a virtual mailbox service for multiple addresses, we were talking about the cost as well, right? Simply because you're having access to multiple locations doesn't mean you have to break the bank or they have to break your bank. So basically you want to negotiate with them and ask for pricing beforehand, so you have a clear idea about what kind of pricing they have for you. And it's also important to ask them exactly how their virtual mailbox service works for multiple locations. Everybody understands how a virtual mailbox service works for one location, but once you have multiple locations, then there has to be some kind of coordination across those geographies, and obviously the staff working for that provider must have some kind of system to be able to track mail across the board. So so you got to ask questions, and you also got to ask questions about safety, because the last thing you want is to have your data, personal data or business data, actually be like spread around and fall into the wrong hands. You don't want that. Fall into the wrong hands physically, but also electronically. I mean, with hackers and all the kind of crazy stuff happening on the internet, you do not want to have that. So again, you want to ask the provider about the security protocols, so you have a clear idea how they handle stuff from the get-go. And so you're not surprised, you're not really surprised at the last minute here. Before I do a recap, please check out our approach when it comes to a virtual mailbox evaluation approach. We have a system in place when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and listing the best virtual mailbox services for multiple addresses. Check this out right now. All right, let's quickly recap things here. So number 1, post scan mail 9.8/10. Number 2, physical address 9.7. Number 3, iPostal 1 9.6. Number 4, EarthClass Mail 9.5. Number 5, US Global Mail 9.3. Number 6, Anytime Mailbox 9.1. Number 7, Traveling Mailbox 9. Number 8, Virtual Post Mail 8.9. Number 9, USA Tumi 8.8. And number 10, you have Alliance Virtual Offices 8.5. And in the bonus category, we have PO Box Zone 8/10 and Sasquat Mail 7.8/10. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.